Hi everyone, and welcome to the Starseed Dragon channel. This is an Oracle review that actually, this deck was a suggestion by one of our subscribers in the comment section below. Well, not below this video, but in another video. So I listened, see? It is the Angelarium Oracle of Emanations. And let's just open her up here. If this deck sings to you, there is an affiliate link in the description box below that will take you to where I purchased it. We have a little string here. Lovely. Okay, so those are the back of the cards. And here is the guidebook. Let me read real quick here what it says. It's one of the El Scarebo decks that's in multiple languages, all of these languages. So it's the book and 33 cards. Okay. Very nondescript. Okay. But the imagery looks interesting. It is the Angelarium Oracle of Emanations by Eli Minaya and Peter Monbacher. I probably messed up those names. Now, this book is pretty thick, but also it is in English, Italian, Spanish, French. I don't know, and I don't know. So there it is. There's only going to be short descriptions. Looks like this might be the first one. Yep, this would be the first one. And let's see how far it goes before it turns into another language. They're short descriptions, so I will read them all. Okay, so this is using the, so that must be the last card. And then using the cards and walking the path, Angelarium, and then this starts in another language. Okay, so it's only this much English. Okay, so I will set that aside. Let me do a quick measure as we do. So they are about 5 inches or 12.5 centimeters by about 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters. So there we have it. Okay, let me see if I can get this open. There we go. Okay. Sure. So, nice size cards. 33 cards in a deck. Shouldn't take that long. The descriptions are not very long. They are, they're shiny, but not too shiny. They don't have gilding. And I like that blue color. I like the darker, more earthy tones. This is, it reminds me more of a water palette. I have a new stand, so I'm trying to figure out how to adjust it. Okay. And maybe that's too close. Okay. How's that look? All right. So we shall, they're slidey cards too. So you could tell that they've got the shininess to them. The shiny ones tend to be a little more slippery with each other. So here we are with the first one, Ketter, the crown spirituality. The first emanation, the first utterance, the font of energy through which Ein Sof emanates into the universe. The crown sits above the head and embodies that which is beyond our comprehension. One must envision Ketter not as an object that can be perceived, but as the light that is cast upon it. Ketter's light is beyond knowledgeability, or knowability. Knowledgeability, that came out of my head. A timeless expanse of pure consciousness. Only through respect for our own limitations do we begin to see the shadow of its nature. It is the dark orb beyond which lies the infinite. As the highest point on the tree, all continuums cascade downward from it. Ketter stands in the contrast to Malkuth, who rests at the very bottom of the tree. The span that lies between them measures the complete distance from the most spiritual to the most physical aspects of our existence. Journeying downward from this point, all other emanations become increasingly close to our present experience, found in spiritual epiphany, faith, humility. Let me just read this real quick preface. Emanations of the Tree of Life. These 11 emanations reveal the dynamic nature of Angelarium. Through its features, we are given insight into a concrete structure, a landscape to explore. These aspects represent the component pieces of an indivisible whole. Each of them is a complete idea unto itself, and yet non-existent without the relationship to each other. They are the body of Ein Sof, the infinite, the tree of life. Okay, so that's what these guys are. I probably should have read that preface first, but, you know, here we are. Here we are. Okay, Chakuma, right eye, wisdom. The second emanation, a vessel to hold that which is most precious. The first gate out of potentiality and a step into the realm of the known. Chakuma is the first moment a newborn child opens its eyes. That child's first steps and first word. He is the beginning of a lifelong journey whose path disappears over the horizon. Where Ketter is the pen that hovers over the page, Chakuma is the moment of contact. From nothingness, wisdom is formed. To have insight into that which is not known is a gift that is not bestowed lightly. The gray orb breaks the surface of our consciousness. Descending from the summit of the tree, we see its duality begin to form. Chakuma sits atop the pillar of mercy, forming the first masculine aspect of the diagram. Its partner, Bina, opens next to reveal the two eyes through which we see the world, found in birth, intuition, the subconscious. Bina, left eye, knowledge. The third emanation, a flow of light that pours into the world, a candle whose flame may light another without diminishing its own. Bina sees not only creation but purpose. She is a flare of pure intent that blossoms from the heart of existence and out into the world. Her energy brings with it a desire for knowledge. She is the force that churns all the potential from higher emanations into a form that can be received by our consciousness. The white orb illuminates the way forward. Bina sits atop the pillar of severity, heading the feminine aspect of the diagram, creating a perfect balance with Chakuma at her side. Together they represent a continuum of psychic understanding, while Bina represents the power of knowing. Chakuma reveals the power of not knowing. One acts as a vessel as the other fills that vessel, giving it purpose. Found in learning, shared experience, creation. Beautiful. I apologize. I'm trying really hard not to sneeze. I've been sneezing all day, these seasonal allergies. So when I take long pauses, you know I'm trying not to sneeze. Okay, Da'at, null emptiness. This emanation is a conduit. It radiates no light for itself, holds no shape, and touches nothing. It is perfect and invisible, a space through which nothing and everything passes. In its arms, all 10 of the emanations dance, each of them shining a great light through its void. This emanation is no number, or has no number, no color, no connection to the other emanations, in that it is unique. Its solitary nature sets it apart from the other emanations in such a significant way that Da'at is sometimes considered not to exist at all. To give a name to the emptiness at the center of the tree is vital, and so too is the need to understand the significance of that emptiness. Found in meditation, silence, and sleep. Chesed, right hand, empathy. The fourth emanation, the hand that embraces the healing tears brought on by the forgiveness of sins, each kindness repaid in kind. Chesed's force pulls humanity together, allowing peace to exist between us. This is the power to look inside the hearts of those around us and see that we are truly alike. Our need for love and kindness is an essential part of our existence and transcends all other differences we might have. The blue orb's embrace extends across all existence. Chesed is the very center of the pillar of mercy, defining its core characteristic and forming an extreme opposite to its female counterpart, Jevera. The two arms of the tree extend in opposite directions. Chesed pulls tight so that Jevera cannot push away. This wrestling match cannot be won by either side, yet the struggle itself is meaningful because it is the struggle that defines our morality. Found in kindness, charity, love. Jevera, left hand, judgment. The fifth emanation, the hand that separates, the rule of law that brings order to the world. Jevera assesses what is just, helping us overcome our adversaries, both without and within. Hers is the power to cleave apart a unified whole and leave its component pieces. It is a trait that commands as much fear as respect, because with it comes an inherent violence. She does this without enmity. It is an act that must be committed to create balance. The red orb exists as a boundary closed to the unworthy. Javera's position at the center of its pillar defines that pillar's trait of severity. Her push against Chesed on the opposite side of the tree is met with equal and opposite resistance. Without both of them in equal measure, we have no means of maintaining healthy relationships. We must have judgment to discern what is healthy for us, so that we can bring it into our lives and embrace it. Found in Law, Bravery, Punishment. Okay. Phyllis is restless. Okay. Tiferet, Heart, Beauty. The sixth emanation, the temperate force that allows the rest of the emanations to coexist in beautiful harmony. Tiferet is without extremes or absolutes. As each other aspect rages around him, he neither yields nor resists. He is the equilibrium that exists between those forces. He is the guiding hand that braces against the many aspects of the tree to gracefully bring them toward one another. The yellow orb brings balance to the universe, forming the midpoint between Ketter and Malkuth. He defines the pillar of balance at the glowing center of the tree and the midpoint between all its relationships. He distributes energy from each emanation back across its paths. It's a careful balancing act incorporating such extreme opposites, but this is the nature of the tree as a whole. Tiferet mirrors the structure of the tree, existing as a microcosm of the whole. Found in Art, Health, Community. Netza, right leg, endurance. The seventh emanation, the fourth that resists, the force that resists. Stalwart in the face of adversity, this great leader carries us forth through our darkest times. Netza is the strength to endure regardless of suffering. When we feel that we have reached our limits and yet new strength continues to emerge, we find the embrace of Netza. With any increase in force, he too grows stronger. Each challenge is met with equal vigor. The green orb is both the weight of a great boulder upon our shoulders and the strength needed to carry it. Supporting the pillar of mercy, Netza is the closest we get to the base of the tree before emerging back into the middle. His station is one of constant stress and strain, supporting the weight of the tree by pressing back upward against it. Found in Victory, Exercise, Leadership. Hod, left leg, submission. The 8th emanation, the force that abides. Hod is what guides us when we surrender ourselves to the flow of fate and let destiny guide our motion. Through her light, we see the boundlessness of glory. Waving our hands through the wind, we feel the air pull us upward. It's only by resigning ourselves to the forces around us that we truly experience the nature of those forces. The golden orb shines a radiant light upon our shoulders. Supporting the pillar of severity, Hod does not press back against the weight of the tree. Instead, she simply lets it pass through her, flowing like water down into the lowest portion of the diagram. Through the two opposing characteristics of Hod and Netza, relinquishing and resisting, we gain the power to move. Together they form the power to carry ourselves through the world with grace and intention, found in Prayer, Nature, Mysteries. Yasad, root connection. The 9th emanation, the foundation that supports the world and forms the gateway between the spiritual and the physical. Yasad is the medium through which we experience the tree of life. Upon his shoulders rests the sky, and all that lies beyond it runs through its fingers. We stand at this doorway and peer through, seeking answers to our nature. Through the indigo orb, a gateway appears. As a single column again, the flow of energy through the tree only moves downward. Yasad is the last step before moving into the fully physical realm. He is the looking glass through which we examine ourselves. Found in New Life, Speech, a Doorway. Okay, one moment, please. Okay. Malkuth, ground the kingdom. The 10th and final emanation, the physical world in which we live, the domain of mankind. Malkuth is an emanation of emanations, the culmination of the many aspects that form the tree of life. Everything from our bodies to the experiences we have in them, to the world in which we exist, is Malkuth. The infinite space that expands across the universe is a manifestation of her. The boundless prismatic orb holds all the colors of the universe. At the feet of the tree, the ground stretches outward, forming a base. This is the space where Malkuth exists. She is beyond just being the lowest point. She is the foundation herself, being the thing that we experience every moment in our lives. Malkuth contrasts clearly with Ketter, whose existence is marked by its total unknowability. As with all things in the tree, one mirrors the other, forming a complete continuum through which we can understand the boundaries of existence. Found in the earth, our bodies, home. Okay, so here we go with the angels. And it says, angels, one can see the tree of life as a literal tree, as a body, or as it is often intended, as a diagram to describe our inner experiences. This organization reveals the relationships of which sphere, in turn, and each of those relationships spawns forth a new concept. This is the domain of angels. They are fire made flesh. An insight into their nature gives them life, and with that life, a new character emerges. Each of these figures stands upon a ley line between points on the tree, inviting us to explore its meanings more deeply. Gabriel, Angel of Heralds, the guardian that stands beside the gateway between Angelarium and the rest of existence. Gabriel's lantern points into the seething darkness. Its light breaks open the unknown and banishes doubt. There is certainty in this light. It fills you. This angel issues no command. It doesn't need to. Shine, little light, shine. The impetus for action burns. The impetus for action burns in you. In fact, you burn in it, fueling this light. Suddenly you burst forth, blazing the way, piercing the dark, leaving change in your wake. There is light everywhere you tread. You are the light of Gabriel's lantern. The might of this angel does not command you, it aims you. Signs: a lantern, a mirror, a discovery. Raphael, Angel of Mysteries, the Keeper, the Speaker of Truth. All knowledge is pressed within the binding of his book. Raphael stands at the foot of the tree of life and observes all of creation, ever the diligent witness, forever transcribing the whole of creation. The book is passed to Enoch through his journey into the tree of life. There are some things we simply cannot know. Such is the precious narrative of life. We can know the parts of the play, but not the story's end. Secrets and hidden endings keep the performance alight and dancing through the universe. Raphael, wrapped on high, our ever-present observer. We dream and fill Raphael's book of mysteries. Our breath turns its pages. Exhale. Signs, a book, a mask, and codes. Zachriel, Angel of Death, the assistant to man's creation and the architect of the human body. Zachriel stands alone on the shores of morality, helping remove the souls from the bodies of dying men, like precious seeds from the rotting core of an apple. The grim harvest is not to be feared, but demands respect as few other things in time and space. From under the shroud of purpose come the hands of Zachriel. O death, come to lay your hands upon me. O death, unfurl your fingers from my destiny. O death. Do not search here or there. It will reveal itself in time. It will breach the surface for a moment. It will take you and pull you under. You will know, and the knowledge will fill you, even as it consumes your soul. Signs: an apple, the ocean, a skull. Remph, Angel of Time, eternally vigilant, the forever burning, forever burning. Remph is the movement through space measured out with deft precision. Our footsteps upon the earth mark its passing, for we are all bound to time. One by one, we tick and talk, and Every life is counted, even as those lives pass. We are all sand, and seconds and moments all fleeting. Fire burns until it doesn't. Lives are lived until they aren't. Dreams are dreamt until we wake. Remph stands by all of this counting. What better unit of measure than the souls that pass through the tree of life into Angelarium? Remph walks between the pillars of past and present. We are turning every corner in every second. Remph's movements can be seen in our own as a fulcrum between moments. Signs: a clock, a torch, a wave. Lalil, angel of night, a fleeting spirit who dances across the sky, beautiful but aloof. Stars fill the tresses of Lalil's hair. The night passes whether we are lost to quiet murmurs of sleep or staring out at a darkened expanse of sky. For everything you see, there are 1,000 things unseen. You witness the glimmer, the gleaming of what is truly there. Lalil passes from star to star, filling the night with light. One would think the darkness Lalil's realm. However, it is starlight that heralds night's arrival. Star bright, stars light, dance on and on across this night. What lullabies await us? What glittering night charms will Lalil hang upon the sky for all to see, for all to dream? Signs: wind, sheer cloth, the moon. Duma. You just have to have some coffee here. Okay, Duma, angel of dreams. Docent to the unknown. Duma is the impetus to doubt a false reality, to crack the shell keeping you from the truth. When the world shifts around you, Duma is your guide. The world is stranger than you believed it to be. What we all dream together. Those dreams pool together in Duma's cupped hands. Look below the surface of the water. You know you've missed something, and yet you wonder what. You listen closely, and yet you hear nothing. All while you dream the truth you think you seek. It is said that Duma and Lalil are connected. The truth of this can only be found within Angelarium. Signs: a reflection in water, a golden cage, an eye. Matario, angel of rain. Matario's touch is felt, seen, and heard. Its presence is heavy, filling the air, saturating the ground. Matario is heralded by thunder clapping through the sky, signaling change and shift. There is a great migration coming, and it arcs like lightning. The potentiality from one body is moving to another. A precarious transference, a swift communion like the arrow taking its target. Awareness is paramount for the journey. Don't try to create an outcome for your future. Be in the moment. Let the rain fall where it may. Signs, a fountain, a cup, an arrow. Uriel, angel of flame. Wild and unwielding. Restraint and unthinkable. Or restraint is unthinkable. Uriel cannot be bound. The flames peel back the dark like silken fabric. The heat licks the edge of your awareness, and as you turn to meet it, you are consumed. The rhythms of heat and passion and flesh fill your mind. It comes over you like a wave, pressing your consciousness into your body. You can no longer think. You can only feel. Sensations tremble through your being. Uriel knows nothing but yearning. Look into the balefire of Uriel, and it will expose your heart and leave you writhing in desire. Signs, a brazier, a stallion, a tongue. Interesting. Istabus, angel of divination. You've called its name, and so it has come, but you do not command what is foretold. Istabus can only be an uncertain ally in these mercurial times. Istabus reveals the ever-shifting rhythm of the skies and beckons us to observe the alignment of signs. Something is seen in the clouds, in the leaves, in the shadows. Something is glorious as fate. You observe something that must not be real. Curiosity is your call to action. You are compelled to go. Signs, sacred geometry, a cup of tea, a falling star. Well, I see falling stars all the time. How about you? Simakeel, angel of vengeance. When the time comes, we all call its name. It is ever the instinct in your throat when we seek retribution. We choke on it even as we languish in every syllable. But those who call on Simakeel without cause will have harm fall back upon them threefold. It is the way of Simakeel's sword, cutting in both directions. While we will gird our fragile hearts against being hurt, pain will make its attempts on us by any means necessary. It is in our soul to survive at all costs, even if it means violence. Try to resist the urges of your barbed heart. Simakeel knows not forgiveness. Signs, a sword, a thorny branch, pierced skin. He knows not forgiveness. That's not very nice. Just saying. Here we go. Is Raphael, angel of song. Lovely. The herald that will call the coming of end times. Oh, oh, I probably should have read that before I said lovely, right? Raphael is a presence, a beacon, a warning. Heated judgment is upon us. The horn that blows the final call rests against the flesh of Israfel's lips, if even it is flesh. Israfel is both melody and the cacophony of existence. Songs can be soft and warm, especially when they end. Under the serene score of creation, the danger of total destruction is hidden. Beyond that destruction may be a new beginning. You must consider the implications of your actions seriously. Choose your steps wisely as you dance upon the cinder-soft earth. Signs: a horn, the setting sun, a flame. Zachriel, angel of memory. Eternally lost, Zachriel carelessly winds and unwinds the threads of thought. Memory has no worries or concerns. You are safe to wrap yourself in the bands of time gone by as well. It is warm and safe within the fog of Zachriel. All you knew greets you, welcomes you, longs for you. The power of remembrance is balanced by the power of forgetfulness. Pouring memory into the cup of forgetfulness makes room for new memory. Zachriel is the angel of all memory, even memory lost. If you take something with you, you must also leave something behind. Signs: a knot, a loom, a maze. Ironically, I see knots a lot, everywhere. Okay, Hazmat, angel of annihilation. Ooh. The unmaker, a terrible sight to behold, the void eating itself and making itself anew. That which should no longer exist is unmade by Hazmat's hands. There is something that needs to be removed. Look upon that which should not be and lose it from existence. Signs: a hood, an eclipse, an empty field. Okay, I'm going to mess this one up really bad. Shalegiel, angel of snow. The bravery of happiness in the face of sadness. Happiness that stands against the stark cold and does not shiver. The winter is heralded by the fall of snow as Shalegiel dances. Each step as unique as the snowflakes that frolic about this angel. The quiet reveler of winter, Shalegiel, moves over the rime, a bright and joyous visage amidst a harrowing landscape. Its presence brings relief to those who seek escape from an overburdened world. Take refuge from what ails you. It is time to recover. Signs: a snowflake, a seed, a pine tree. Zachriel, angel of sky. The shield bearer and the gatekeeper who stands outside the gateway between Angelarium and the expanse of existence. A benevolent figure whose compassion knows no bound or equal. Zachriel blesses and protects, shielding us from storm and fire alike. The sky forms a ring around the earth many times over. Its movement forms the clouds, obscures the sun, and reminds us that Zachriel stands guard. Signs: a shield, a ring, a blessing hand. Okay, Uriel, angel of visions. The shepherd of good graces, a shining light in the distance, beckoning us forward into the future. The green pastures beyond the next hill are hard to see. Uriel assures us that things will get better. It whispers, Something is coming, and it is beautiful. Ooh, I like that. Keep pushing toward the horizon, toward the setting sun. As the light fades, you feel as if someone is watching you. Far in the distance, you see a lone figure walking, a dove on its shoulder. You stop for a moment to marvel at this vision. When you move again, it is gone. You hear a flutter of feathers as the dove lands gracefully on your shoulder. Signs: a cane, the rising sun, a whole dove, or a white dove. A whole dove. Come on now. A white dove. Okay. Woo. Okay. Allergies. Zachriel, angel of mercy, the one who metes out of forgiveness, and the one who judges transgression. Zachriel is the swift gavel as well as the crushing hammer. Those who have sinned against your fellow man, Zachriel may receive you of your punishment, or may relieve you of your punishment. So sorry. But in asking you submit yourself to the scales of the angel's judgment and wrath. Zachriel seeks all the cracks and seams. Zachriel sees all the cracks and seams of the soul, finds all the things we cover up to convince ourselves of the illusion of a moral existence. Zachriel reminds us to reveal our failings openly and be judged by those that have the power to forgive. It is only the just who may make such reckoning. Signs: scales, rising smoke, a gavel. Okay. Kushiel, angel of punishment, the hunter whose prey is falsehood. Oath breakers, beware. Kushiel will seek you out. Even as you stalk your own victims, punishment is upon you. No one who escapes the mark of Kushiel. Okay. There are consequences for breaking your word. The pieces sharpen and sink into your flesh, embedding themselves within your heart. So long as the offense stands, you will always be held in the sights of the hunter. Seeking absolution is noble, however tedious. Begin that journey with haste, lest Kushiel find you first. Signs: a spear, a shaft of light, a raven. I have a raven friend that eats out of my bird feeder every morning. I named him Joshua. He's beautiful. Okay, here we go. Zachriel, angel of silence. Words fail, the wind dies, the earth comes to a rest. Zachriel descends in stillness. New forms for all things emerge, touched by the elusive fingers of the angel Zachriel. Space fills with silence and void gains new meaning. We are held still by the gripping of its presence. Fear is useless, as its presence is almost always brief. Silence slides over your ears, enveloping your awareness completely, as if you've closed your eyes. Take a moment, take the silence within you, and use it to still the tremors of your soul. Zachriel wills it. Signs: a feather, a chair, a person kneeling. Okay, we're getting there. We're almost, we only have a few cards left. Suchlaf, Angel of Verdancy. The wind moves through the grass in waves, carrying with it the seeds of growth. It flows across the landscape and burrows into the cool soil beneath the fallow earth. Seeds vibrate and burst, changing the loom, the transmuted life already craving the open air and the ecstasy of lights, of sunlight. It is nature and natural for plant life to seek the sky and the blessing of the sun. With this simple act, no prayer, the dominion of Suchlaf expands. With open hands, Suchlaf denies decay and defies entropy. All is verdant where Suchlaf wanders. Let your roots take hold and allow the gaze of Suchlaf to fall on you. It is the season for blossoming. Signs: a branch, a flower, a seed. Phanuel, Angel of Truth. Phanuel will wait for your arrival. It is here, or it was here long before you arrived, standing at the threshold to the throne room. You may not have borne witness. Its sound may have escaped you, but Phanuel has waited there for you, eager to wrap you in a cloak of truth. Reality is ever present. It is a simple matter to find it. It is another, much more difficult task to understand that its truth can be different from truth. Hold the torch high. See what stands before you for what it is. Signs: wine, a torch, a bleeding eye. Yay, bleeding eye. I think this is our last, our last card is, and that's good because the ice cream man parks in front of my house for a good half hour every day. Okay, Sandalphon, Angel of New Life. When the time is right, the twin angel will return. Sandalphon was the first, and now we follow it forward along the shoreline and into the water. Sandalphon's footstep brings with it great fear, but also awe and hope. With each step, we move closer to the conclusion and a new beginning. Embrace this new epoch or epoch. What has come has already passed. What will be is still a dream. Sandalphon flows through it all. When a new era emerges, the blood of the twin angel brings fertility to everything it touches. Angelarium, too, was formed this way. So, too, will the next world, born in the wake of Sandalphon. Signs: a wheel within a wheel, a child, a spiral. A wheel within a wheel. Beautiful. And let me just show you, I guess that's as far out as I go. There is the tree of life. I always have a hard time with Low Scarborough decks, because I can tell that the guidebooks were originally written in another language. I don't know what language, but there goes my stand. Okay, but it was definitely another language. It wasn't English, and the translation into English is always a bit grammatically incorrect. So I always have a hard time with it. I'm not sure how. Maybe they use software or something that translates from another language, and it maybe has difficulty with those literal words. Some languages don't have words for words that other languages have, right? Anyway, that's my own personal issue. It doesn't have anything to do with the cards. The cards are beautiful. And thank you for suggesting this wonderful deck. If any of you have a suggestion for me to review a deck, please put it in the comment section below. And as you can see, I will find it and I will review it. Other than that, have a great day, and I will see you on the next video.